The flat Earth, a conspiracy theory that the Earth is not in the shape of a globe, but rather a flat disk. The earliest known map from Babylonia depicted the Earth as a disk surrounded by the oceans. Ancient cultures believed the Earth was flat until the current globe model appeared in the Greek culture with Pythagoras in the 6th century BC. The poet Homer, pre-Socrates philosophers, early historians, ancient Hindu, Buddhist, Chinese, Norse, and Germanic people all believed the Earth was flat. After Aristotle accepted the idea of a spherical Earth around 330 BC, the theory was spread through the world. Around that time, Aristotle estimated the circumference of the globe, which was then determined to be 25,000 miles, by Eratosthenes around 240 BC. By the Middle Ages, the spherical Earth was widely accepted and was taught by the early scholars. The explorations of Columbus and Magellan dispelled doubt and seemed to prove the globe model of Earth. In modern times, the idea of a flat Earth has reemerged with somewhat convincing arguments. In this modern model, the Earth is depicted as a fixed, flat disk, with the North Pole at the center and surrounded by an ice wall, which is identified as Antarctica or the South Pole. The Sun, Moon, and cosmos all circle above the Earth. Some of the arguments to support the flat Earth include the observation of the horizon, the lack of actual unaltered photos of Earth from space, the absence of the feeling of motion of a rotating globe, the little explored and protected South Pole, the visibility of objects from far away across a flat surface, sun rays appearing to be dispersed at wide angles, and peculiar Southern Hemisphere airline flight paths. Let's take a closer look at these points. Number 1. When viewed from heights, such as in airplanes or from cameras attached to high-altitude balloons, the horizon always appears at eye level. It doesn't drop off to be below the observer as expected from a spherical Earth. Number 2. The pictures of Earth from space have been admittedly either a composite of several photos or photoshopped to provide a whole image of Earth, according to NASA. There seems to be no actual, original, unaltered photos of Earth from space. Number 3. Why do we not feel motion of the Earth if it is constantly spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator? We can detect motion in planes and in other vehicles. Number 4. Admiral Richard Byrd explored Antarctica in 4 trips, from 1928 to 1955 on military missions, and discovered more land, reportedly the size of the United States, with rich resources such as coal and oil. In 1961, many governments of the world formed a committee and reserved the South Pole for scientific research via the Antarctic Treaty System. Number 5. In a famous experiment in Cambridgeshire by Samuel Rowbotham in 1838, where he set up a telescope 8 inches above the canal and was able to observe a boat with a flag on it 6 miles away. According to calculations for the curvature of the Earth, the boat should not have been visible from the ground at 6 miles, but should have been 16 feet below the horizon. Number 6. With the Sun's distance of 93 million miles away, its rays should be parallel to the Earth and not appear at wide angles. If the Sun is only 3,100 miles away, as supposed by the flat Earth theory, the angles are accurate and explainable. Number 7. There are very few direct flights in the Southern Hemisphere. Most planes divert to Europe and other places in the Northern Hemisphere, instead of taking a seemingly direct route from one place to another across the ocean. These planes seem to go out of their way, and it doesn't make sense in the globe model. In the flat Earth model, however, these land masses are actually in line with one another and are not out of the way. Also, why are the GPS systems turned off during Southern Hemisphere flights and not Northern Hemisphere flights? Other beliefs of the flat Earth theory are that space travel is a hoax, there are no satellites above the Earth, the truth is covered up in a massive conspiracy theory involving governments, space organizations, and other powerful groups, and there is no global warming. Points to support the globe theory include: number 1, Aristotle's arguments for a globe, which indicated the gradual disappearance of ships with the tops of sails last seen as the ship passes the horizon. Number 2, the curved shape of the Earth's shadow on the moon during an eclipse. Number 3, the different stars and constellations seen on the two hemispheres. Number 4, other planets appear to be a globe shape, which is consistent with the Earth. Number 5, the Coriolis effect, which causes hurricanes to spin one direction in the northern hemisphere and the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. Number 6, time zones, where it's always day in one place and night somewhere else. Many compelling points are made and give pause to the indoctrination of the globe theory. The most basic tools of observation seem to validate the flat earth theory, while other exploration and history seem to explain the globe theory. Which is the correct one? What is the truth? What can you decide for yourself?